Hey, you guys. Hello, LFT.
Were you surprised I was already on here?
I was.
I know.
You're good.
I know.
You're good at this. You should do this.
Yeah, I've heard about this Decipher or something.
Yeah. It's all the rage right now.
There's some rumors.
Hi, you guys. There's so many cool people in here. Talina, Beatlemaniac. I love you. Oh, my God. Hold on. Let me fangirl for 1 second. I just want to fangirl because I was just talking about her. Punkette. Did I not just say yesterday? I was like, I have to get in touch with Punkette and say hi to her. Tisha, thank you so much for being here. That is so nice of you. Hi, Hooli. You're in bed. Okay. That's
okay.
Oh, Punkette, I'm so happy that you're here. I really am. Like, that just... Kate. I love... Everybody go subscribe to Kate Does Crime. And I think she actually is monetized now, so you can become a member over there and support her channel. She does great works with research. We love anybody that does their own research. Is Wolfie here? I just saw somebody say hi to. Are we just dropping the? Are we doing the AWOO? But there's no Wolf.
Okay.
Hey, woo. Hi, crazy mama. Trying to do my wolf call. Okay, so you're trying to get her over here. Okay, so let me just say that as excited as I am to see you guys, I realized we're going live against Jen Lu, who I love and respect.
Mhm.
So make sure that you guys run over to Jen Lu and you hit her like button and you tell her that. Oh, I think I still have music playing. Hey,
I know. I hear something.
you know. All right, we're still jamming in the background. Hey, hold on.
How are you doing that?
Shh. Shh. Did we not have this talk last night? Shh. Sorry. Okay. Did we not have that talk last night?
Yeah.
We did. We'll talk about that later. Thank you guys. Parker. Hey, everybody go say hi to, go over to Parker's and like all her videos.
Hold on, I gotta grab a charger. 1 second.
Uh-oh. It was suspenseful sounding. It really was, wasn't it? Delana, so I saw your comment. Search and rescue canine mom. Hi, love. I did see your comment that your son is a football player. He's a college football player. First of all, is he okay? And we send him our love and support. And are you okay? We send you our love, support, and prayers. And this must be a very, very difficult time for anybody in college, period, end of story. But when you're a team player, on a team, football is my favorite. College football is hands down my favorite. And this one ties into I'm actually going to turn it over to LFT so she can speak a lot tonight. But it ties into the other case that we're working on, which is Lyric Woods and Devin Clark out of North Carolina. Isaiah Ross was arraigned today.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying, yep, that sucker was arraigned today.
Yep,
sometimes I just like to voice little peeps here and there of support. Like, yep.
I know. We're going to talk about the Idaho case as well. Oh, hey, look at that.
That's amazing.
Wink, wink. Who didn't know that was coming? Who didn't know that was coming? Let's do this, though. We need to make sure that we announce at the beginning and at the end. Everyone, especially this time of year, it's super important. If you're giving gifts, go stop by musicmelts.com. You get a discount code. It's Decipher Rocks. I think it's 20% off, if I'm not mistaken. And go get yourself a gift for yourself, but gift some other people some music melts. They're like the best smelling things on the planet. They're soy wax melts that not only smell good, but they're packaged like incredibly. You have to go order. You have to go look and you have to go order. Everything's done with love, and we want to make sure that we are supporting needy, and especially this time of year, you won't stink and regret it. Get the Fruity Pebbles. It's amazing. Plunkett said, see, I'm not kidding. Everybody, y'all have to go. So back to this case, Lyric and Devin out of North Carolina. Isaiah was today. What was today? He was formally charged as an adult.
It was, yeah. His first appearance in the Superior Court as in the adult courts officially was today.
Yeah, and there's pictures of him out there. We'll show him. Like I told you guys before, though, I'm not about giving him a lot of attention. I'm about giving Devin and Lyric a lot of attention. That's where we kind of our focus remains. Devin was a high school football player who was really, really talented, and a good kid. And Lyric was 14 years old, a beautiful girl. And both of them lost their life to some bonehead who thought he was Billy Badass with a gun. And let me tell you now, looking at him, you know, where he's like writing all these songs about how badass he is, and they're going to tear that ass up in prison. I'm telling you what, he looks miserable. And that's the rest of his life. And I'm sorry, I just, there's a lot of people that I have a lot of compassion and empathy for. And I just can't with this kid. And LFT, you have to tell him what we talked about earlier today, but that kid, there's just something not just off about him, but wrong on so many levels. Parker, you're not feeling well? Oh, goodness gracious. I hope you feel better. You got to switch devices. Okay. Yeah, Bubba getting that baby. He getting that baby. The 17-year-old piece. So he had his arraignment today. He's formally charged as an adult, 2 counts of first-degree murder, and off you go.
And his next hearing, I think, is set for December 13th.
Yeah.
We'll know more then. I think the only 2 motions that were kind of presented or discussed today, I think there's something about bond, and both parties agreed to talk about it. I don't think he's getting out. I'm just saying these were the 2 that were proposed. And then something else about returning pieces of property. So we don't have a ton of details yet, but
also Isaiah's sister and her friend were also arrested in Delaware for harboring a fugitive. I don't think that's the actual charge, but that's what they were charged. Similar, you know, whatever that charge is aiding and abetting, whatever. I'm basically dying. Oh no, Parker. Delana says, yeah, seeing these young student athletes. Oh, well, absolutely.
And it's like Tia and I talked about it, and we said, I mean, we've talked about several different things, but this is just like fast forward 6 years, and this is like the Derek Levin. Oh my gosh!
I did this.
What is
Derek Levin? I know every time.
The Derek Levin thing, the Devin and Lyric. This is just what happened at UVA, you know, Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like fast forward like 4 to 6 years, and you've got the same kind of situation, and you, in terms of the shooter, you know, knowing the victims, it's just, oh my God, it's not right. Like I don't understand. And what did I send you those numbers this morning? And you were like, oh my God, it's so early. Not really, y'all. I made that up. But
hold on 1 second. I just want to say welcome in, Wolfie. And apparently the call worked, which is all I care about. The AWU worked, and she stopped in. That's all I care about.
She just peed on her territory. It's all right.
Lift that leg, pee all over. We got you here, girl. We got you. Thank you for coming in. And I love that the AWU worked. AWU. And I'm so sorry for interrupting you, LT.
Don't ever make that sound. That was like a baby wolf.
Was that bad? Do you want me to sing instead? Should I sing?
I've been so good today.
All right. There's no need to punish me. I've been so good.
But and I thought I have to be really honest with all y'all. I thought of Tia and Parker when I saw this statistic, and then the rest of true crime. But I'll show y'all the link to in a second if my computer decides to cooperate. But in terms of shootings this year, okay, let me see if this sounds reasonable to you all. In terms of shootings this year, the UVA tragedy is among at least 68 shootings on school grounds, including 15 on college campuses this year alone. It's also among the some 600 U.S. mass shootings this year in which at least 4 people were shot. That's a big ass number.
I can't get over this. I cannot get over the numbers. And when were those? Are those like real time?
Hold on. Well, it's owl, y'all. It was in one. Hold on. I'm gonna try to look on the other page that I have open. Let's see if I can tell you exactly. It is from. It was the most recent data. It was in what I think maybe the Fox article this morning.
Yeah.
And it's I bookmarked the link that it sent to it. It may technically. I thought it said 2021, but the article clarified that as of this year. So whether or not they're saying this year in terms of conducting a survey that's summing up 2021 instead of 2022, the number's still outrageous. It doesn't, like, I don't even care what year it is. The fact that this many happen in the span of a year.
I know.
It's wrong. Like, we need to play this like golf. Like, we want a low number.
Yeah.
All right. This was published date November 15th, 2022.
I mean, you can't get more recent. Pretty damn recent.
Real. And by the way, y'all, it's called Gun Violence Archive. And I'll be sure to put the link in the description and the article, which took me to this link. But it's a pretty interesting. They have a ton of statistics, and they even update it for things in the last 72 hours. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to click it. Or do I?
I know, Delana. I had the same thought too. Hey, you guys. Hi, Allie. Thanks for coming in. Real Talk with Alex is her backup channel. If you're not subscribed to that, that's where she does all things not true crime. She just does everything there, everything else. Go subscribe to that so you don't miss anything fun there. And also, if you live under a rock, which I know all of you already subscribed to Allie, but if for some weird reason you're not, please go subscribe. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be subscribed to Allie, but
holy mackerel.
What's wrong?
Can I share my screen real fast?
Oh, hell yeah.
Get the hell out of town. Hold on, share, present, share screen. Okay.
Are you sharing?
Yeah. Well, how? Entire screen? What? Window? Oh, there we go. Share.
Okay.
Let me get this straight.
There you go.
Is it showing? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this is in the last 72 hours. So I just was like, okay, I'm just curious. So incident, where it was, number deceased or injured. And I scrolled down just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have more than 9 pages worth in the last 72 hours?
That's awful.
I'm sorry. So, but by the way, this is the website that article took me to that gave me the statistics for the information regarding the incident in UVA and how that contributed to the current statistics. It came from this website.
So, sorry, I took you down.
That just blew my mind. I didn't. Thank you.
I'm going to share a picture of the boys. If you give me one second.
They're the best leaders of kids I've seen. And
dear God.
The whole team. I went through we were going through, I was
honestly,
like, these kids were so reading their backgrounds. These 3 individuals who are deceased as of now. Y'all, they are talented and so well-rounded.
Is he not the most handsome? Laval Davis. I think his friends called him Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. Is that the gentleman that they called Tyler? So freaking handsome. Okay, so not only is he handsome, but they were no, there's no motive yet. So let me backtrack just a second and just tell you, I'll show you pictures of all three gentlemen, and then we'll go through the timeline and the story really quick.
And they're all considered, these three individuals were all juniors and members of the football team.
I can't, like, they're just so, and then this is our third gentleman. And this is Devin, if you can believe that. Devin Chandler.
He was from Virginia Beach. Lavelle Davis was from South Carolina. And Deshaun Perry was from Miami.
And they were all going places. Lavelle, was that the one that was transferred from Wisconsin? Or is that just
Chandler transferred from
Devin? Okay, I'm sorry. Devin transferred from
University of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so he transferred from this past off season. So this was his first,
Me too, Delana. Me too.
It's horrible. And Tia and I both looked, we went through, obviously I strongly suggest y'all not to pry, but look at the UVA football roster, and they just, of course, give you your bio, and they're all these just pretty incredible young men from what I saw, but the little histories or blurbs about their high school experience below what they've achieved thus far in college.
Well, that's what I was going to show on Jones.
Holy, y'all, including the shooter himself. And I don't mean to at all this may not come across right, but I mean it with the best of intentions. These kids earned either scholarships on their own to the university or got in on their own and were able to play
on their own merits.
Yes. And they achieved enough within their high school career, grade wise, athletic wise, everything. To succeed.
This is the unfortunate.
We've all applied to colleges. We all remember, they got in.
They did. Well, and this kid, let me just, for just 1 second, because this broke me. And LFT and I had this discussion earlier today. He's 5'9" and 195 pounds. The kid's a brick wall. He's not a big kid, but he's a brick wall. Look at his bio. Now he played in 2000, or he made it as a walk-on on the team in 2018. University of Virginia, a D1 team, and you're a walk-on. Now he didn't play any games, but you made okay. He played linebacker and running back at Petersburg High School for head coach, blah, blah, blah. Earned an honorable mention, all conference honors as a senior. Spent first 3 years of high school at whatever high school, sophomore and junior member of National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, president of the Key Club, president of Jobs for Virginia Grads Program, named Student of the Year, freshman and sophomore year. He has 3 siblings, blah, blah, blah. This kid, this brilliant young man threw away his future and, technically 5 other people, whoever was a student at University of Virginia and anyone around. That pisses me off. And yet I somehow still have compassion for this one where I don't have compassion for Isaiah Ross. And I said to LFT today, why? Why am I being like this? What's the deal? And what'd you say? I thought it was really good, actually.
Because I said, well, the difference is this gentleman, Jones, in my opinion, had already proven and applied himself, and he's going places. And I said, in a way, it's apples to oranges, because in my opinion, Isaiah his I mean, his high school career thus far, he'll never be able to earn anything. Even I mean, had this not happened to Devin and Lyric, unfortunately, I don't foresee Isaiah achieving these kind of accolades in high school with the way he was behaving and the road he was traveling down. The only difference between this case and Devin and Lyric's case is in that this one, what he did, I mean, taking someone's life is inexcusable. Well, there's no excuse for it. But I do think what did I say? That in this case, maybe there'll be some sort of logical reasoning as to why it happened. Like I don't know if it's going to be, damn, we should have written down what I said. Yo, I swear it was so
okay.
good.
So I kind of did.
Then don't make me try to repeat it. Whatever you wrote down, read it. But because I said,
why do I feel differently? And you said, hopefully we get a better reason as to why. And I thought that was like really kind of important, because there's never a good reason why, but you're looking for something to grasp onto, a better reason. So
basically I said, because one I thought, in my opinion, was a POS.
Yeah.
Being a little, douche canoe. And the other one is someone that's already proven himself to a degree. I mean, and Jones.
He was a good, people say, oh, he was a good kid. Oh, he was a nice kid. They all were.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one, including the shooter, which breaks my heart. So we're going to run back and we showed you pictures of everybody, but
there's also, sorry, before you forget, there were 2 other victims as well.
That's okay. Good.
Yeah. So obviously the 3 that keep being mentioned, because they did not survive. And what's horrible is that when I think law enforcement arrived, 2 of them had already passed and were still in the bus. One of them did make it to the hospital, but succumbed to his injuries there, and that was Lavelle Davis.
He died on the way. Yeah.
Chandler and Perry were dead on scene, never made it out of the bus. There's 2 other students, and actually I'm guessing that the 4th one I don't believe they've released his name yet.
I think the 5th, yeah.
But I'm thinking, he was another member. I won't be surprised if it's another member of the football team. Because the 4th victim in terms of injury with this was Michael Hollins, and he also was a football player, but he is. Last night, I think the news were reporting that one was in critical condition and another one was pretty stable and doing well. If I'm hoping that
Michael Hollins is the one that had surgery today.
Yes, and he was the one that was shot in the back, and and the bullet was lodged in his stomach, and he is expected to recover, and he's also expected to graduate in December with a degree in entrepreneurship and African American history. So
that's the other thing I wanted to talk about too, which I think is super important, is all these kids were student athletes that were shooters or were shot, right? Like that's the, I don't want to say interesting. That's not the word I want to use, but the thing is, the student athletes, are all like big football family. And when you lose a player, you lose a piece of yourself, gone too soon. Amen. One of the signs said rest in power. And I wrote that down because it really moved me. And I thought, I really like the rest in power for these gentlemen. I really, really like that. Selena, my heart just goes out to you. I'm just, and by the way, congratulations to your son for this, the scholarship and the academic scholarship, and God bless him. I hope he's a huge success wherever he is. God bless him. And God bless you. We're thinking of you. So this field trip was a field trip to DC. to see the Ballad of Emmett Till, and it was the African American theater class. And there was like 24, 25 kids, 24 kids, I think. And a couple of the professors, right? So this class was a really tight class. And a lot of these kids, yes, they were football players, but they were artists as well. And I think that's really interesting and really cool. He wasn't part of, Chris Jones was not part of this class. He was actually part of another professor's course, but he got invited. So he was like, yeah, fine, whatever. Actually, when they got to the theater, he didn't sit with them. He sat alone, which is interesting to me because already he had the weapon with him. He knew what he was going to do. I'm pretty sure he had his targets, and it was just a matter of time. So they go to this play for their theater class, and on the way back, apparently, he just...
It's literally right as they're getting up to where they're about to unload.
They're on the deck of the parking facility, right? The bus is still moving, and they hear 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. And then there's a 4th, and at the 4th shot, the girl who's giving her recount, the witness, says she finally hit the floor with the professors. And as she hit the floor, she looks over and she sees Laval. And this is one of her very good friends. And she said all of these guys were guys that, they were funny. They're always joke telling. They were nice. They always offered to help people. Just all around really, really good kids. So she had CPR training. She tried to help him as much as possible. The other 2 gentlemen were pronounced at the back of the bus. This girl said that the shots just went on and on and on, and it was just covered in smoke. It was just literally covered in smoke and sound, and no one could hear, and it was just awful. He walks past her. She was actually nice to him, and she asked, during the day, she kind of kept up with him because she noticed he was sitting alone, and she was concerned. So she spoke to him. God bless her. But as he walked past, she said, she initially thought somebody boarded the bus and started shooting. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for coming in. She thought that someone boarded the bus, but she realized the bus was still moving. So it was somebody on the bus that was shooting. She was up front, and she was near a professor who organized a trip. Smoke, pop sounds, thought someone boarded. After the 4th shot, she hit the floor. Gunfire, which started in the back, got closer. Breaking news, by the way, let me just tell you all this. Former President Donald Trump is in the running for 2024. I just got that noticed. You heard it here first, boys and girls.
I saw that the other day, and I was like, please tell me that's a joke. I think I wanted to say I saw it last night, and I was like,
well, everyone has their own opinions. I'm just letting you know. I'm delivering the news. I have no opinion either way. There's your news for the day. So many shots were fired that she and a friend thought everyone were shot on the bus. He came up slow. She thought he was going to shoot her, but as he got off the bus, he shot outside. And the last thing she heard him say was, "Fuck y'all." And he walked away. 3 slain victims, Laval, Deshaun, and Devin, were all on the bus. They were all active football players Jones was a walk-on freshman running back, blah, blah, blah. Davis and Perry and Chandler were all in the same African-American theater class with this girl, and Jones was invited. I told you that. Davis was shot multiple times, and she tried to attempt CPR in the aisle. He had a faint pulse, and she was trying. So imagine this little 19-year-old girl. Hold on a second, Delana. What are you trying to tell me here while I'm reading this? Decipher. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the love and support. My legend, oh, I love that, is majoring in criminal justice with a minor in criminal and forensic psychology. I have goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps. Oh, thank him in advance for all his hard work, because I just know. And thank you. That's pretty incredible. That's pretty damn incredible. So they all ran, these two, once they realized that they were somewhat safe, they ran into the theater and hid in the bathroom, called 911. And they, at 10:31, the active shooter alert went out on the campus. Jones evaded police for 12 hours, was arrested in Montrose, Virginia, close to his dad's home, 77 miles away. And it was very out of character for him. This kid was an honor student, an award winner. Certainly these boys did nothing to deserve anything like this happening. And he didn't, as rough of a childhood as they said he had, his dad left when he was 5, and he lived with grandparents and lived with mom and then lived with dad. He was bounced around a bit. I think he had some behavioral problems. Along with all that, this kid remained on the honor roll, on a team, and earned all these rewards. So keep that in mind, that's a lot, right?
And he had, but he had a pretty incredible, I think when his parents, I think he went through some, like you said, some transitioning and stuff. And then
that's a good way of putting it.
Once he kind of got more settled, because he was actually towards the end of his high school career, he was pretty settled with his dad and grandmother and playing sports. So I think that became a slightly potentially more stable environment for him. And things seemed to go, we're obviously moving in the right direction. The kid got into Virginia. I mean, and
right.
Granted, he didn't play. He was able, like you said, he was able to walk on and even make the team. He didn't see any field time, but I'll give it. I mean, I'm not going to knock him for the good that he did at that time. I can't take that away from him because he did it. He achieved it.
Look at Beetle, her granddaughter studying the same field. That's so beautiful. Oh, look at you guys raising all these awesome kids. Daggone it. Way to go, moms, grandmas, aunts, everybody who raises these amazing individuals. Yes, I agree, Tisha. I just love your name too. That's really cute, Tisha Johnson. I love Tisha. Yes, and being a college student athlete is not easy. The schedule is absolutely crazy between practices and classes. That's why it's not for everyone. Amen. Freaking men. Oh, and college is very different than high school. When you're doing college sports versus high school, it's not even in the same realm. I was going to say the other quote that he was heard saying was, "You guys are always messing with me." Now there are some rumor to, I'll let you cover this because you actually know more about this than I do. But there was some other incidents that happened with him, with hazing and bullying and things like that. I'll let you.
Oh, see, I was going to say, I didn't write. Okay, so you probably have the dates, like more specifics, but Jones was already on the university's radar because there had been some allegations or disciplinary-ish actions or paper out on him in terms of a potential hazing incident as well, but that also tied into a firearm, right?
They're two different
Or am I
things.
wrong?
No, you're right. They're two different
Yeah.
things, though. One is a campus hazing issue where he was accused, or said he was possessing a weapon, and two, he was charged with a misdemeanor weapon charge in 2021. So one happened in September of this year, and then one happened in 2021. The misdemeanor charge was 2021.
Okay.
So this,
sorry. Yeah.
yeah, it is sad, Kate. You're right. I agree. So there, yeah, he was on the radar, which is weird. I
do think, I mean, I said it to Tia. I said, I think that's where UVA is going to take a little bit of heat in terms of administration, but rightfully so, just to make sure if there's something they need to act on. Like, I don't think anything like necessarily, maybe, obviously something fell through the cracks, but I don't think those were ginormous wide cracks. I think the way that they've handled this thus far, I'm hoping speaks to how they will handle addressing and modifying, procedures in terms of disciplinary actions within the student body moving forward. But I told Tia, we were looking at one article in that, I literally had it up on my computer all like for how many hours, that one article? Because when I told Tia, I was like, this one's so great. And then I had to wait and get ink and printer paper and all this crap. So I was just waiting for it, and so I could print it to read it. And I was printing it, and I was like, wait, is this a different article? Because by the time I went to print the article, it had been updated because UVA today, as of like 4:00, has now arrested, and they're not saying it's related, unrelated. They think probably not, but they want to make everyone aware. They just arrested another person within the university campus or something. Actually, y'all, I paid the money to go get the paper and printer. Or ink. Let me make sure I read this.
Let me read it.
Okay, so FYI, so in the midst of, so the shootings happened late Sunday night. Obviously, in the lockdown, like students went on lockdown that evening, and it was basically from 10:30 Sunday night to 11 a.m. Monday. Then today, they've made another arrest at approximately sorry. Okay. Charlottesville Police, and this is today. Charlottesville Police opened an investigation into the postings and the individual believed to be responsible for posting them. There were some threatening social media posts, some concerning and threatening social media posts. At approximately 4 p.m., detectives obtained and served a search warrant for an address associated with the suspect in the 400 block of West Main Street. Brian Silva, 31, was arrested and charged with possession or transportation of firearms ammunition, something, my printer missed a word, felonies, something, as well as possession of controlled substance. Silva was also served an outstanding active protective order issued by the Albemarle County General District Court. He was held without bond at the Albemarle Charlottesville Regional Jail. At this time, Charlottesville Police said the agency does not believe at this time Mr. Silva's threats were related to the tragic events that occurred last night at the University of Virginia. However, we understand the fear this caused in our community and acted swiftly to resolve the investigation. So I think the way that they're even handled, how quickly that I think they're working to keep the public informed. But it is kind of, you've got to, like, who the hell is this guy that's 31 years old, and it's ammunition, firearms. I'm not
drugs.
Yes, I hope for God, my own peace of mind and these young gentlemen's lives that it's not related. But I don't remember what question you asked me before I started talking right then. I literally have no idea what we were just talking about.
I don't know, but that was good.
I just wanted to be like, oh yeah, because UVA. I was just trying to say like watching them act right now and how they're handling everything.
Oh yeah. With the how they were gonna
Yeah.
administrate. Yes.
Yes. So sorry.
Crazy Mama has been known to tame BitchBot, which was a big deal because BitchBot was out of freaking control for a long time, and Crazy Mama and BitchBot used to fight.
God.
Like I don't even know. Like I don't know how you fight with a robot, but she did it, and she conquered and won. So I just want you to know. She has tamed the BitchBot. She has talent. Hearing Coach Elliott speak, oh, I know, so broken. These players become family throughout their journey on and off the field. That's a truth. That is so true. And I mean, I think that happens with every sport, but for me personally, football has just, I come from the Midwest, and football is, Friday Night Lights is a thing, and it is a family. And I think a lot of sports are like that, but there's something a little bit different about a football family. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, gosh, I don't know if Tia was really listening. We were on Zoom and I was sharing my screen, and she was like, hold on, I'm doing it. And I was like, but look at that. Like, I just kept playing clips, and I was like, she's probably not even in the room right now. But another member of the football team came out, and he was he was on the news. And it's just, okay, first of all, if I see like an old man cry, I'm done. Like an elderly man or like anyone on up in age, struggling to do something, I'm done. Like I melt, like I want to help, whatever. But then when you see these stoic young gentlemen that, big and burly on the football team, and that guy he couldn't even talk. He's a member of the football team, and he goes, I just needed to come here because this is the last place. Yes, that they were. Like it was just heart-wrenching. And I'm over here just.
I do know what you're talking about. That was heart-wrenching. Beatomaniac said the funniest thing before I ever found out Nightbot was a robot is I would say hi every time I would come in a chat. I was wondering why I never said hi back. Well, knowing that, we are going to make sure that our bitchbot says hi to you every damn time, Beatlemaniac.
And Beetle, do what I do now, like any live that we ever go into and you type it, like if you see the Nightbot, I'm always like, hey to anyone that we know, in there. And then I'm always like, in Nightbot, always good to see you. I just screw with people. I don't care whose chat it is. If I see a Nightbot, I'm like, always a pleasure, and just keep going.
It's funny because Crazy Mama's like flipping it off, like, bitch, get your shit together because I'm coming for you. You do look better in blue, Delina. I agree. Just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Thank you for being a part of our team. I hope you don't mind that I did that without asking. But there's some, there's special people in the community, and you just happen to be one of them. So.
Wait. Well, son of a biscuit. They updated this article too. Okay, hold on. All right, so we done talking about BitchBot for a minute? Or
yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait, y'all, so I'm actually reading what I just went out in the rain to get so I could print. Was that okay? So Mr. Hollins, who is the dad,
Mike, yeah.
Yes, so he's the dad of one of the surviving victims. He told the Washington Post that he believed the accused gunman carried the handgun onto the bus earlier Sunday before departing with the classmates to see the play. It wasn't until the bus returned to the on-campus Colbreth parking lot that Jones allegedly opened fire. The dad quotes, he waited until they got back to Charlottesville and he just shot the bus up. And not only this, and I misspoke, not only was his son getting ready to graduate in December with the degree in entrepreneurship and African American history, but in quotes, he was expected to continue to play football for UVA as he worked on obtaining his master's.
Damn.
Sorry,
No, don't be sorry.
God, I just see this just sticks out to me so different from, well, not to mention high school versus college. but the circumstances and the achievements of the people involved in these situations are so different. Granted, this shooter knew his victims as well, just as
Mhm.
Isaiah has a connection to Devin and Lyric in one way, shape, or another. Like, you know, knew
Right.
them, they went to school. Like, what the, this,
There's just,
it just blows me.
I
Like,
know.
it breaks my heart. And this kid he was strong enough to get this far. He had talked to his dad, what, like just a little, like the last time his dad saw him
About a
was
month ago, right?
about a month ago or something. And
Yeah.
that he said he was doing okay. He did say that he mentioned that Christopher had mentioned maybe like some people picking on him or something, but he wouldn't really elaborate. But he seemed to be doing okay. And his dad told him, like, oh, wait, I wrote it down. Oh my gosh, LFT, what is wrong? Oh, it's right here in front of my face. His dad literally told him, said he said some people there were giving him a hard time, but he was still upbeat and he was positive. And his dad says, I don't know what happened between then and now for this to happen. He did mention some people were picking on him, but he didn't go into the details. He didn't know how to handle it. His dad told him, go to school, don't pay them no mind. You've got a year left. It's like he was encouraging him to say, like, so there was
Stay
obviously
focused.
something like bubbling, I think, within him. We just don't understand what that was necessarily. I think he may have felt bullied to a degree because he told those guys on, like, the one girl who's, we'll put all the links maybe in the description for these videos, but that one, girl who was there and saw this happen was like, the funny thing is the guys didn't even they didn't even communicate. Like, it wasn't like Tia said, she went and sat with them just because maybe it was he wasn't so much associated with the group, if you will, but they weren't like in conversation throughout the day. They weren't messing with them. Like, it just happened. And so
It
maybe
is so tragic. I agree.
and then he gets taken, in quotes, peacefully into custody. And I don't doubt that he was taken in. See, even his
Peacefully. Yeah.
the way he handled it, his arrest and his piss poor decisions differ worlds apart from Isaiah. But again, we're talking about an 18-year-old versus a 22-year-old. But they're still two young men who haven't gotten out of your standard, you know, education life yet. They haven't even completed their that span of our life where we.
Well, and then my first thought, you know, because I go into protective mode with the kids, so I'm like, I'm reading Crazy Mama. Was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to do like the Aaron Hernandez where he had a brain injury. So I started looking up the brain injuries and I'm like, he hasn't played ball. I mean, he played growing up, but he hasn't played for Virginia. So it's not like he gained any. I mean, perhaps growing up in middle school and high school, he took some hard hits. I'm not denying that, but I was trying to say, oh, you know, maybe it's that CTE where, you know, your brain is all messed up. 99% of NFL players have it. And I started looking all that, and then I was like, well, I guess not, because he hasn't played. He hasn't played.
Oh, wait, so are you taking that back?
I am taking, I think I have to. I think I have to. I don't think that there's a good, I don't think that that's an option, is it?
I don't know, unless he got the shit. I mean, you know, the mess done to him through his high school career. But at the same time, we haven't dug into this in terms of like how, like, not that we would know specifically, but in terms of researching and finding what we can. How was he doing in school otherwise? What else was going on with these people?
Well, he said he was bullied, and I wonder if he was such a great kid, and I don't mean this negatively in any, I'm not trying to shed a light on it negatively at all, but like, was he such a great kid in high school that he wasn't ever bullied. And then he got to college, big fish, small pond. Then we go to the big pond where you're a small fish. I don't know. Was that problematic for him? That's a huge school. So I don't. By the way, Allie, we want to make sure that if you can clip this and send this to our friend Bent, that we wish him a very happy birthday from the girls at Decipher. Happy birthday, Bentley. Hope you had a great day.
Can't wait.
The sad thing is you can't find out until you're no longer with us. Yeah. 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 Yes. By the way, Bentley, good night. We love you. Go to sleep, buddy.
I know. Allie, I sent you a message and the whole thing's in there. Read it. Use it as a bargaining chip.
Sing happy birthday. You're going to know. I'll just say it and we'll keep the few people we have here. Because if I start singing, it'll be like a mass exodus. Who is howling?
I'll be the first to go.
I was going to say, or Wolfie will come back thinking somebody's howling for her again.
Like, what the hell?
I'm sorry, I keep going off track on this because this is, and I don't mean any disrespect. I really don't. I'm having a hard time with this case. And I had a hard time. Oh, I can feel it coming. Shoo, hold on.
For the record, crazy. I just thumbs up another one.
I had a hard time with Devin Clark for some reason. I just connected to him. Because I felt like he had a bright future ahead of him. God, I hate this. Don't get emotionally involved, they said. And then you read about this. And what was interesting to both of us, and again, this is not a disrespectful comment, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes, but as we were talking last night, we're scrolling, you know, you talk with your girls or whatever, and you're scrolling your phone or whatever. And LFT said, oh God, the school shooting. And I was like, I know, it's awful. It's awful. And then we kind of went on with the conversation. Right. And I was like, wait a minute. And she said, maybe we should talk about this. Maybe we should cover this. This is kind of an important case. And I was like, yeah, it is. But did you see how quickly we switched gears? Like, are we desensitized to school shootings? Because we were like, yeah, that sucks. And then
sorry, can I chime in right there?
Because yes.
I told Tia, and this, I'm not making this up, and I won't, like, this is on me because I care. I like, no shooting, no school shooting. That's all horrible. Like, of course, you're all like, oh my God, and you want to know, but I'm going to be honest as I can be. I got up Monday morning. I had to be out early, and I looked at my phone, and as I was scrolling through my Instagram, like my personal Instagram thing, real fast, literally one of my friends who actually she's a Virginia graduate as well and whatnot. I just was skimming through the things really fast, and it did not say no shooting, no nothing. It just had the university, like the
logo.
No, it was the building,
the building. Yes.
All it had was that and then a broken heart. That's all it said. And as I kept scrolling, the first thing in my head was, oh, there must have been a shooting. Like, it wasn't like, and then I was like, maybe are they going to, like, is that because they're about to tear a building down? But no, I'm dead honest. I just saw it, acknowledged it, and said there must have been a shooting, and kept going. Not that I wasn't upset by what I saw, but it was innate. Like, it just, in my head, it just clicked. I was like, oh, there had to have been a shooting. And it was a reality check when I had to say it out loud to Tia, because I just said, I, I thought it, like I saw it, I thought it. like as in breathing in, breathing out, like just that normal. Like it's almost like you become immune to it because it's so frequent, and
God, that scares me.
that's frightening. And
That's why I
don't
said,
know.
I literally stopped our conversation and I said, are we becoming desensitized to this? We need to talk about this. Because I never want to become desensitized to this. Children killing children. And 22 years old, I said it before with Devin, 18 years old, yes, it makes you an adult legally, but at 22, you're still my baby. You always will be. So, these parents. So, okay. So my best friend and my cousin, she's my cousin and she's my best friend. She was involved in a school shooting last year. She works at a school. And she was involved. She was okay. But there was a shooting at the school she worked at, and I couldn't get in touch with her. And it was the scariest.
It was a bad day.
It was a bad day.
Bad.
She wound up being okay, but there were children that were not okay. And there is a boy and his parents, you go figure it out, on trial for this. Yes, see, your legend turned 21 and he will always be your baby. Mine too. My daughter turned 21 just a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you're always going to be my baby, and it is what it is. Facts. Anyway, the trauma that it caused in the community, not just in the school, not just for the teachers and the students, not just for the parents, and not just for those that lost kids, the entire community is freaked out. And it's a very, very, very small town. And, Virginia Tech was a thing a few years ago, and that was scary as hell. And now this, it's like it's when you read off those statistics, it's like, I pray to God we're not becoming desensitized, because there are so many right now. There's so damn many, and it's so needless. Please stop. Like, I don't know how do we get a hold of our kids, hug them, grab them, kiss them, squeeze them, and tell them, please, just, I don't know what to do. They should be safe at school. They should absolutely be safe at school, and it wasn't Columbine that turned everything around. That was one. I know there were more before that, but the fact that there's been so many since that, I can't. Beatlemaniac says, Delina, whoops, and I didn't highlight it. I worried about my grandkids at school. Oh God, me too. We should never have to worry about things like that. I know.
I can't imagine. I mean, the most I had in elementary school, and heck, I'll date myself. I graduated I didn't graduate high school till 2002. So for me, like my school, like the safety drills and stuff were like tornado, like getting under your desk for a tornado. I never had an active shooter. Like we had, I think, just general aware, like obviously the school talked to us about, safety and stuff, but we didn't have the active shooter drills. We didn't have the bomb threats.
We had fire drills. That's what we had.
Fire drills, tornado, then practice the tornado. And then, and if the fire drill didn't happen, when I was taking a test, like I got pissed. Like if it's during a test, like, and the fire drill went off, I would eat it up. I was like, love a fire drill. No, I hate the noise on any other day. But that was
right. And it always happened like on the coldest days where you just stand outside.
Or it's raining. And I'm like, if it's a fire and it's raining, I think we're okay. It was how my logic worked in my head.
Isn't it interesting how we look at it as an inconvenience? Like we were so inconvenienced for a fire drill. Ugh. You interrupted my test. Yes, but we have to stand outside in the rain. Damn it.
Like,
You know, it's like, and now look at us. Like, oh, it bothers me. It bothers me. I feel like our babies are more danger nowadays. My husband says we just hear about it now. Things are, truer words, never spoken. I feel like our babies are in more danger now. I do too. My husband says we just hear about it more now. No, we do hear more about it now because we do have more outlets. We have media outlets, we have, phones and all things like that. But I'm sorry, this did not happen when I was younger. This wasn't if it was a thing, I don't know where it was. Do you?
It wasn't the way it was dealt with, or the way it was covered, or something about it, or the root of the issue was dealt with in a totally different manner. Though I do agree, like, things weren't like this when I graduated in 1992, and I'm like, and I agree, things weren't like this 10 years after that in 2002. Like, it wasn't like this. But I do think it went on, don't get me wrong, but I think since the age of social media and the age of overindulging, there's too much of something and not enough of what's needed to make that too much work. I don't know what it is in this world, but we've got, I'm not saying overpopulation, but we've got too much of something and not enough of the good something that would help regulate or even address an issue. Like, we don't.
Well, and I think kids are different now too. I mean, now, like, when I was, and I hate, like, I'm not trying to date myself or say I'm old because I'm still cute. But oh my God.
I mean, the only thing I had,
the father of one of my victims. Hold on a second. This caught my eye. From one school shootings, going to speaking to the president when he said, "This needs to stop. I have to visit my daughter at a cemetery." I remember that. It really, yes, it does. It does.
It has to. And I just think, like, every time we say it has to stop, and so many people are on board with it stopping, it's, again, the greater number of the negative outweighs the positive, because it's like it gains momentum, and it's like a thrill, or it's notoriety. It is a mixture of emotions or some issues that have not been dealt with, and it comes out in the most tragic and unwarranted and illogical ways.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Listen. Shh. We'll tell you that story later when we're closing. You guys got to hear that. That's funny. You like to hear the background stuff that happens in our relationship, don't you?
Oh my God, I thought someone wrote that in the chat, and I was like, who said that? Because congratulations.
Do you think technology shows us more bad stuff? I think that's an interesting question, Tisha. I'd love to see your answer. I think we focus a lot on the negative, so I would say yes, but I want to see what Tisha has to say on that one. That's an interesting. What was I going to say though? I said it earlier. Oh, here's Crazy Mama and I have had this discussion before about kids, and so I know that she's going to back me on this one. But and I don't mean this. I don't know. Maybe I do mean this in a shitty way. So take it however you want, I guess. If you're going to get offended, you're probably the person I'm talking to, actually. But sometimes your kids need a kick in the ass. My kids need a kick in the ass every now and again.
I get a kick in the ass every now and again.
And we all, should we not hold people accountable? And now it's like kids get trophies for everything. Everything. You're the best breather. You get a trophy. You get a sticker for completing your homework. No, these are things that you do because they're your responsibility. This is how in my house, this is what you don't get a sticker for loading the dishwasher. You get
No,
clean
I'm
dishes.
expected. If it's on my chore list, no, you load the dishwasher. There's not
Well,
a star for
you
doing
get
it.
it because that's what needs to be done because you're a team player. And if you want clean dishes, you'll load the damn dishwasher. If you want clean clothes, either ask for help or load the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. That's just me. Now, there's a lot of people out there who say, oh, we need to cuddle our babies. We need to cuddle them. We need to hug them. And hey, I'm a hugger. I love that. And I will sit with my kids and I will hug my kids. But I'm the first one to say, you better duck because I'm going to start swinging. If you get mouthy with me,
I'd have the fear of God put in me. I mean,
yeah. I mean, and because I'm in the business of raising humans. That's my job. This is not my job. And I don't really like, as much as this means to me, this is not my job. This is my hobby. My job is raising humans. So I better do a damn good job because at some point I have to send them out to the world. And that's my responsibility. That's where I own it. Not everybody, it's always not my Johnny, not my this, not my that. Well, let me tell you something. It is your Johnny and it is your responsibility. And those are my thoughts. Come for me, I'll fight you. But those are my thoughts. I have a 25-year-old son that just graduated from college. He played baseball and learned how to lose from a wonderful. That's so important. Yeah. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You need to learn how to lose. You need to learn that you don't get a sticker or a trophy every damn time.
Well, you have to learn responsibility. I mean, it's talking about common courtesy, responsibility, and just decent living. And you're talking to someone who, and I am not, I swear on my life, I mean this sincerely, who's someone, how old are we in first grade? 6, 7?
Yeah.
Okay. It just happened in my neighborhood I went to the same school 1st through 12th grade. And my mom lucked out. My parents lucked out big time because all of us, the way the carpool worked out, it was like so-and-so's 2 older brothers did those years. And then by the time my last, like our carpool thing, I was the next one with my license. So you're talking about someone that didn't, my mom and parents didn't have to do the morning school run. From first grade on, I'm not even joking. I had to have, definitely I could adjust how I handled it as I got older, but I started laying my clothes out the night before school, my first grade year. I got an alarm clock, and I was granted, I would have some support, in the early years, but no, I had to wake up. But my parents didn't wake me up in the morning for school. I woke up to the alarm clock. I had to get it was, and granted, there's some, the pros and the cons to how I was brought up, but my parents didn't do my homework for me. I had to do my homework. Like if there's an issue, and I was expected to learn how to have the voice to either ask for help in a way that's appropriate and, productive, or I have to sink for a little bit, and then you have to pay the consequences if you know what I mean. And I don't think I did get coddled in some ways. Don't get me wrong, but I sure as hell, I would.
And let me tell you something. I'm going to say it right here now. I coddle my kids. I do, but I kick their asses too, and they'll tell you that. They will tell you that. I coddle the hell out of them. Oh, I love my kids. They're awesome. They're good people. And that God made them my kids, I have no idea. I can't.
Wait.
I don't know what I did to deserve that. But
can I echo something that Lynn just said? That
yes.
People do not want to read the positive newspaper, only the negative. I think that also applies. What's easier, to point out someone's faults or to point out or the positives? It's easy to pick someone apart.
God, so true.
That's the easy thing. It's easy to pick a fight. It's easy to pick someone apart. And I'm not and for the record, that has nothing to do YouTube wise. Actually, that was someone I dated. It was his mom. that we were sitting at the table, because I was like, we fight. I was like, I don't get it. And it stuck with me ever since. She says pointing out the faults is the easy thing. That's the interesting thing. That's the easy thing that can start, the conversation, or get the role. She was like, pointing out or focusing on the positives is 10 times harder. And I think that applies, Lynn, that's exactly what you're saying. You don't want to hear the positives. I mean, the positives aren't like, that's great. But yet the negative becomes more intriguing and becomes the easier one to highlight. The negatives, going negative is easy. Voicing the positives is harder. But it's always stuck with me, because she was like, picking someone's faults is the easiest. You know the story. I told you that, didn't I, a long time ago?
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, look at YouTube. What makes the most money? What makes the most money? You want to make money fast?
Crafting.
Not crafting. Wrong answer. But I like
drama.
it. Survey says no. Oh, look at you. You got the number one answer on the board. Drama. It sells. It's a great moneymaker.
But it's a headache, but we all watch. And it's a headache, and we're like, what's going on? But yet we all are guilty at some point in our lives of like whether, I'm not saying you participate. I don't mean that. I'm just saying, like, you become like, I'll watch for in quote entertainment purposes. Even if you don't
know who they're who are they talking? And yet everyone in true crime, your real true crime channels, it's hard, it's expensive, it's time consuming. You do it because you love it. You don't do it because it's easy. We have 11 people in here, and I am so grateful for 11. I will take 11 people all damn day over 300 crazy people being nasty to each other and disrespecting. I don't want that. Thank you, 11, 12 people. Thank you for spending your time and listening to us yammer on about true crime and kids and,
especially on like a spur of the moment of us just seeing this last night and just joining in the conversation about it, because we saw the parallels to the Devin and Lyric, and to also obviously other shooting individuals or cases that happen. But to also realize, the same thing happened over the weekend in Idaho with the University of Idaho students. Granted, it wasn't.
God, I know.
I haven't taken a deep dig into that, and I think Parker said she was looking into it as well. But we just wanted to talk about, we didn't put anything like together for this one. It was just to cover the basics, to be like, how is this normal? Like, we don't. And you and I have looked into like some deeper elements, but we're not ready to in our quote unquote alive where we present things. It was more of how this isn't normal that we.
Tisha says, I admit I've been sucked in. We all have. I always feel much better after a live like this channel and Alex's channel, just chatting. Wow.
Wait.
That is high praise. That is way high praise. Thank you for that.
Wait, Beetle, not to disrupt what's going on here, but my son just informed me that Russia just bombed Poland. No, they didn't.
Use me?
Are you? Okay, and do you know what that takes me to immediately? I just thought of that, y'all, if you didn't watch Criminality last Friday, that Thomas Valva case, but that poor mom, they're in Poland.
Oh my God.
She took the children back to Poland.
Russian-made missile fell on our country, killing 2. Hold on a second. Poland, a Russian-made missile fell on our country, killing 2 people. Poland said that Wednesday, a Russian-made missile fell in the eastern part of the country, killing 2 people in a blast that Ukrainian president, and I can't say, Volodymyr Zelensky, decried as very significant escalation of war. Oh God, no. Serious question about the explosion remain, including who fired the missile. Russia denied any involvement. Oh my
God. Okay, and this is weird, because in my head I remember my aunts, they used to joke about when they were growing up, like their dad, it was like it was still in the back of the door before they moved. Like even when I was in high school, I remember this. Like the bomb threat. Like they grew up, in terms of the atomic bomb, and it was the whole safety thing, like how to either like go out the window or hide in the basement. And I thought about that. That's what I was thinking about today. Like people, like kids, people used to have to prepare for literally astronomical.
President Joe Biden said it was unlikely that the missile was fired from Russia, but he convened an emergency meeting at the Group of Seven at NATO. Oh, that's where Jen Liu must be there. She's head of NATO, in case you didn't know that. Don't forget to go like her stuff too.
Wait, were they aiming for Ukraine or for Poland?
I don't know that they are going to admit what they were doing. The Polish government said it was investigating and raising its level of military preparedness. Biden pledged support for Poland's investigation. The second person said the apparent Russian missile struck a site in Poland about 15 miles from the Ukrainian border. Oh my God.
Just wait.
All right. Y'all, I just need
Defense Ministry denied that Russian missiles hit.
Oh, what did Lynn just say? I promise you it's true. They were aiming at the Ukraine, but they hit Poland.
That's what I thought. I was thinking they were going for Ukraine, weren't they? Yes, that was my guess. Okay.
I didn't want to say anything out loud, but I will say this out loud, and that is that we have family and friends all over the world, and there's people who may or may not see this, and we are sending you our love and our prayers and our strength, and I'm so sorry. God almighty.
All right. Anyone have any good news? I mean, what 3 positives? I don't mean to
I don't know that I can come up with anything at the moment.
I mean, I'm literally,
I'm just so sad, and I'm so sorry, and I'm just, in their statements, Poland and NATO used language that suggested they were not treating the missile blast as an intentional Russian attack for at least now. A NATO statement called it a tragic accident. If Russia had deliberately targeted Poland, it would risk drawing 30-nation alliance into a conflict at a time when we are already struggling to fend off Ukrainian forces. Okay, well, I'm just gonna.
Okay, here's another great one for y'all. Did y'all know Brian Laundrie was an answer to Jeopardy last night?
What? My thoughts and prayers go out to the families. Yes, us too. Praying for Poland. Yes, we're praying. You know what? Tonight we're gonna pray for everybody and just ask God whatever intentions you have. The world has. We just all need to heal right now. We do need to pray for everyone's loss. This case is going. I'll be honest with you. Natasha Cooper told us a long time ago, don't get involved with families when you're working cases. And I know people have their feelings about Natasha, but I want to tell you this story because I think it's really important. People have their own feelings about her, but she said, listen, you guys, whatever you do with true crime, do not get involved with families. Don't get involved emotionally and don't get involved with families. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like that'll ever happen, right? Well, we did. We got involved with a family and it's heart-wrenching. It's horrible. Because when you realize that there isn't much more that you can do to help, it's a helpless, horrible feeling. And you feel like you've let them down. And I feel like we've let Harry Milligan down. I feel like we've let the Milligan family down. I want to do more. I don't know what to do. But Natasha was right. It's really, really hard. Mm-hmm. And you see these YouTubers trying to connect with families. And it's like, oh God, no, please don't. And then the other thing I told you that she said was don't get emotionally involved. I don't know how to do that. I really don't know how to do that. Every case we have, I've been emotionally involved in some way, shape, or form. Be it Watts, Summer Wells, Petito, and now this.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this Jeopardy thing. No, go.
That's so weird. What was the damn
Okay,
answer?
how many of y'all can hear this? They're playing. It's. I'll post it, y'all. Brian actually it was. Hey JB, Brian. JB tweeted it. Tia, it's on our Decipher one and our notifications. All right. It says Brian Laundrie, who confessed to unaliving Gabby Petito before committing S in Florida. Look at. Do you see how good I did?
I think you're so good.
Was featured as an answer on Celebrity Jeopardy last night. It read, Brian Laundrie ends his days referencing his S. Okay, wait. And then here's the clip. Tell me if y'all can hear this. Wait.
Found in 2021, fugitive Brian Laundrie ended his days in Florida's Myakkahatchee Creek area, home to these long and toothy critters. Joel.
What are alligators?
Yes.
The A-list for one.
Are you serious? We used alligator. We used the Brian Laundrie Gabby Petito case for a Jeopardy answer that is alligators.
That's disgusting.
Found in 2021, fugitive Brian Laundrie ended his days in Florida's Myakkahatchee Creek area, home to these long and toothy critters. Joel.
What are alligators?
Yes.
The A-list for 100.
But actually, he unalived himself. And sort of that was the bonus for the alligators, right? I mean, he didn't intentionally. It wasn't like, oh, the alligators are going to get me. It was like, well, this is a bonus.
I want to know how we went from, hey, what's a good clue that we can give for the answer alligators?
That is crazy. That is awful, actually. That's Gabby Petito's family deserves better. And I don't have a lot to say about Brian Laundrie, but Jesus.
Jeopardy last night. It read.
That is awful.
That's me.
Brian Laundrie in.
Oh, yuck. And that's the only piece.
I don't have words either. I don't have words either.
And sorry, I just had looked on Twitter after all the other breaking news that we just got. But anyway, that's all we wanted to say. It was just that obviously we're taking note, and maybe we can find a way to cover and bring awareness to some of the underlying issues that instigate or kind of help foster such unfortunate situations. And if y'all have any ideas, or if there's, you all know something that you want attention brought to, that just let us know, because
and you're always welcome to come up. Like if someone has something to say, you can say it here. Beatlemaniac, he did. That's why I'm like, I thought it was just a bonus for the alligators. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
It was well thought out. I mean, because
but
he was really...
seriously, everyone knows. Like they mention Brian Laundrie, but not Gabby.
That's awful. I hate that. Absolutely hate that.
And don't you dare put Gabby. Like unless you're honoring her in some way as an answer, you best not have her in that question. But what is stupid, Alex?
Do better
for 200.
But you know what? Actually, this is a really good thing to end on. And thank you, Delina. Thank you, because this is what we need to end on right here. And this is our positive thing. We all need to do better. We need to do better. We need to be better. We need to be kinder. We need to listen more. We need to be more patient, all the things. But that's all encompassing as in do better. So I encourage you guys, first of all, go to musicmelts.com and check out Needee's products. They are freaking amazing. You don't have to listen to me. The entire community's already ordered. They'll tell you. That's number one. Number two, I want you to go to your favorite creators. Pick 3 favorite creators that you have, 3. Go into their channel and like their videos. I don't care who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. You don't have to tell anybody who they are. Just go in and like their videos. Leave a nice comment under their videos and just tell them you think they're cool. Like, hey, you're cool. Thanks. I liked your video, or I just liked your video. It was nice. But go and actually hit the thumbs up on several videos of your favorite creators. It helps so much. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't take any time. You're doing something nice for someone else. And I don't know.
That reminds me of that Netflix documentary. Did y'all ever watch that Athlete A about the whole gymnastics thing with Larry?
Yes.
And don't you remember what's her name? Like the ending of that special of that documentary was the most, like, I got chills, the music to it and everything, where she gets up and speaks and she's like, we need to do better.
We do.
We need to do, like, if y'all haven't seen that, Google it, find it on a clip, and just go to the ending scene at the courthouse and listen to all those women stand up and listen to the judge respond to her going, we need to do better.
We do. We all need. And my grandpa used to say, if you're pointing a finger at somebody, you got 3 pointing back at you. We all have to do better. We're holding each other accountable. We all have to be kind, do the right thing. And it's hard. Sometimes people poke you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard, but we can do better. And
do you want to tell them you're funny?
You tell them. It's funnier when you tell it.
Can I play your voice message thing that I kept?
We're crying out loud. Yes, can.
Okay. How many? Please tell me there's like at least 8 of us in here, right?
There's 10.
Okay,
yeah. I'm sure this will get.
Y'all,
this is amazing.
Sometimes at night I get like, it's like, okay, we're going to bed. And then like 5 minutes later, if you're this close to me, like, I'll be like, just send a random GIF. And it sends me on a giggle track that
Decipher Rocks, ROX.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
Oh no, you're fine. I think it's in our Facebook group too, if we forgot the link. And I know Alex and Parker, I think, have codes.
Yes.
But anyway, so needless to say, let's just say everyone, like, if I get up to like the night that I did like the hedgehog stuck in the toilet paper roll and how that led down a thing. So last night, she was like, right, I'm going to bed. She was like, shh. She kept going, shh, shh. And I was like, what?
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because we were listening to the lab. And if you know me, you know that I adore Josh Diaz. Like, go over to his lives, watch them. Hi, Without Borders. Go over to the lab and like just thumbs up a bunch of his videos because he's awesome, right? He's just really good. And he was really on point last night. And she kept yammering on. And I was like, listen, lady.
She's like, listen, Linda.
Shh, I'm trying to listen. And she's like, what are you listening for? And I'm like, I'm listening to Josh.
But I was like, well, what about, am I supposed to, like, what about if he does something, but he doesn't talk about it? Do you want me to tell you what it is? Like, what if I see a comment? And she's like, literally, stop talking. Like, I'm gonna hang up. And I was like, how did you get so sleepy so fast? I'm not ready to quite fall asleep. What are you doing now? Wait, so
what are you doing now? That's your favorite thing. What are you doing now?
Yeah, or go, where'd you get that? What are you eating?
Yeah.
That's another one. So y'all, let me just explain this to you. So it goes back and forth for a little bit, and you know when we type on our phones, like how you can see the bubbles coming and going for like, I can't tell y'all how. Actually, I can look right here and tell y'all how many I sent. I was on a roll, like boom, 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 and
she was sending them right and left.
My gifts make us, like, they end up, like, they create a story. I go on a roll. Oh my God. Y'all want to know how many voice messages Tia kept from me last night? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There was a lot.
9
voice messages, people. 9. Are you hearing me?
9. She's right.
So when I said,
shut up. No, you because I was this, but in the midst of these 9 voice messages, the bubbles kept coming and going. So I knew she's seeing it and she's trying to tell me something. And she can't type it and she can't clearly fucking say it because this is what I get. This is literally what I get.
I'm gonna mute. I want to start laughing.
Do y'all get the point? Like, hold on. Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to translate.
Wait. There's 32 seconds of this, y'all. Or wait, pardon me, 29. And then what did I say? And then I kept something else. Oh my God. Oh, great. Now I'm going to be in it. Oh, fudge.
That's right. They'll blame me for it. Don't worry about it.
Just let everyone, that should never come back on Tia. That one's on me because I said I archived it. And I have to own that one. That, y'all, that's it. That's
But yeah, that's me trying to say,
trying
to send a message. But
you should play the one that that after you sent me that gibberish that at 12:15. By the way, y'all, we're in bed by midnight, just so y'all all know. This is all happening at like 12:15. I'm in bed. She's in, I don't know. But
go replay it again. Replay the laughing one again.
Okay. Ready, y'all?
Turn it up.
Make crema. Here you go. Do you want the pen part on there? Too late.
I hit my pen.
Hit my pen a little harder than usual. I was trying to leave this message 2 minutes ago. And I couldn't. I could not remember. I can't even talk.
Wait a minute.
This is what happens when Tia
Now,
hits
what
pen at
did
midnight.
I reply back? What did I reply back to you? Because I thought I said something good.
I have no idea.
You kept all of them. Like,
Well, my phone automatically does it. It just
we'll go scroll back up to 12:15. It's right after the Eeyore bouncing. Go up from Eeyore bouncing. Then I cracked myself up. Like, I am dying laughing because I was like, I put in something like I'm lost or something, and a plethora of gifts come up that I'm like, I can work with this. Like I don't even have to search a new thing. I'm gonna make all this, tell a story, and I literally sit in one, and then I was like, and I'm dead. I just did this to myself, and I'm laughing so hard. It was like the night I did the chair, like the stool getting across the floor.
Being too loud, and if it is really that funny, can they come over?
This is what she sends me back, and then we have to go. But this is what happens. Hold on, I gotta.
Jim, I definitely just kept that message. What are you doing now?
That's perfect. Okay, ready?
I literally one. Your next door neighbor just called. They told me you're being too loud, and if it is really that funny, can they come over? And 2, I definitely just kept that message. What are you doing now? Are you still laughing? And then I was like, and I'm dead. I just did this to myself, and I'm laughing.
So anyone that wants,
What are you doing now?
So I literally did. Like the gift story. Tia will wake up in the middle of the night, and she was like, literally, why do I have 3 children? Like, I know I had birth to 2, and I'm literally like, I have so much to tell you. And then what was the night? I was like, why does it not irritate y'all that they say unsolved mysteries?
Oh, here we go. No, we're done.
Yeah, like as we go through these things, and it lasts, or I'll see a funny comedian clip, and I'll joke about it. And then I reenact it, or like the stool one, I sent Tia over the edge one night. Like, she couldn't breathe. It was like last night's, but like really struggling for the breath because she was laughing.
For that one, I couldn't speak. There was no words. There was no words. It was just laughter. But that's how we communicate at night sometimes.
So for that, may be as soon as if we ever go to the point of members, I don't give a shit if we really do or not. But I think this should be things that we offer. Like, I really think
behind the scenes.
Like a behind the scenes. I don't think people legit understand it. Like it.
Oh, Tisha, thanks.
Yes. Okay. I'm so like we all need it, and that is not to take away from all the serious stuff, but we all in this world together. And
we really want to end on a positive note and send you guys off with love and you know.
Selena, why did they call it unsolved? Because if it's a mystery, it's unsolved. Obviously, the definition of a mystery is what the fuck. So if it's unsolved, like it seems redundant, right? Unsolved mysteries. I was a huge fan too. Rescue 911. Okay, that one I'll let slide. But
Oh,
unsolved
good. I'm
mysteries.
glad it was good for the soul.
So
All right, you
come back,
guys.
join us some other nights. I
Yes.
know there's enough saved on both of our, or actually throw Crazy Mama in there between the three of us. And we can
Oh.
do better by sharing laughter with you all.
This is true. Do better equals positive equals laughter. So you did great. Great. Yay, Lynn. All right. Well, prayers to everyone. Like I said, go to your favorite 3 creators and thumbs up some of their videos. Leave a nice comment. Help them out. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We're very, very grateful.
Yes.
And do something nice for somebody else, please.
Like Tia tonight is going to have to talk to me again. Y'all all do something for someone else.
Oh, the night's young. You
No,
guys
no,
have a great night. I love you. Take care, you
Thanks,
guys.
y'all.
Bye.
Shut up. Bye.